So today I'm going to start building a bench, which is going to look like this. And I'm really excited about this because, to be honest, I've had a vision for this for over a year. I bought a sheet of Baltic Birch plywood to build this, and I actually made a whole video on types of plywood almost over a year ago, and that's when I bought that sheet of plywood, and I was like, this is something I want to build. And finally, in September, I cut down the strips. And then life happened, so I didn't get around to building it. So finally, it is time to start building it, and I cannot wait to turn this into reality. But before we get started, if you are new here, I am Anika, and my goal is to demystify DIY and inspire and empower you to build all of the things. And if you are just getting started with power tools and building projects, you are in the right place. And I highly recommend you grab my Power Tools Simplified Guide, which is basically a set of one-pagers on some of the basic power tools. And you need to have this in your back pocket. I will add a link to this in the description below, or you can go to anikasdiylife.com/guide. Now, let's build my bench. So like I mentioned, I'm using Baltic Birch plywood, and I cut this down into strips of 3.5 inches. Now I picked 3.5 inches because if you wanted to, you could also use dimensional lumber to replicate this bench. I have detailed plans with the cut list and schematics available for you. You can get that from the QR code or the link in the description below. I used my circular saw with a rip cut jig to cut them all down because I wanted to show you that you don't really need a table saw to build this. But if you have a table saw, you could totally use that to cut down the strips as well. I used my miter saw to cut down those strips into smaller pieces, but you could also achieve the same thing with just a circular saw. I also doubled up some of those cuts because why work harder when you can work smarter? Now there are a lot of cuts, and actually there are a bunch of them that are very close to each other as well, but they are different. So I realized that it was very important for me to keep track of all of these cuts and label all of them so I don't mess up when I'm building. Now it's time to put together the bench, which, to be honest, is a whole bunch of repetitive actions, which is applying a lot of wood glue, which I really love that roller for this, aligning the boards in place, and nailing them. Now, one thing to remember, very important for this project, is that all of these boards have to be super accurately cut. And also, you want to make sure that all of your saws are really well aligned so that the edges of these boards are perfectly perpendicular and you get a nice alignment so that in the end, you don't have to spend a lot of time evening everything out. And then it's just a matter of repeating the entire process layer by layer by layer. Now, one thing to remember if you are building this, and I did forget this a few times, but you want to wipe away all of the glue residue as you are building, because later on, especially in those tight slats, it gets really hard to reach in and clean that out. So, doing repetitive tasks like this usually puts you in a little bit of a trance and gives you time to think. And as I was doing this, I was actually thinking about when I first started my DIY journey. Back then, I used to think that projects like these were reserved for actual woodworkers. The ones with all of the fancy shops, all the terminology, and the years of experience. And I truly believed that I didn't qualify. I still sometimes think I don't qualify. But just like this bench, my skills were built in layers. I started with small projects. Actually, the very first thing I built was a desk for my daughter 14 years ago. It was far from perfect. It's amazing how much wood filler and paint can hide. But every single project I did after that added a new layer of confidence. And I realized that woodworking isn't about perfection. It's about problem solving. It's about looking at a sheet of plywood and figuring out how to turn it into something beautiful and useful with the tools you actually have. So if you're watching this thinking that you're not qualified to build furniture, neither was I. But you don't have to wait until you feel ready. You just start stacking with layers. And this project is a great example of that because all you need is a circular saw and a nail gun. Or you can even use screws for that matter. Okay, now let's get back to the build because I'm almost done stacking. Okay, now it is time for the very last set of boards, which is this final slat that goes up here, and then these two legs go on here. Now, you could totally attach it with wood glue and nails through this, the way we've been attaching everything, but I really don't want finished nails to be visible on the outside. So I am going to go ahead and clamp all these boards overnight. So essentially, finished nails were working as clamps, and now for the last layer, we're just going to use a clamp. So it's nice and aligned. Okay, and the last piece. I mean, to be honest, you could just use finished nails and then set it such that it's the back of the bench. That's totally personal choice. Now let's start clamping it. Now, of course, I need big clamps for this. Now, one of the most important things over here is to make sure that the boards don't shift around as you are tightening the clamp. So you got to go really slow, but also add a whole ton of clamps. And about 12 hours later, the bench is done. Oh, dang, this is heavy. Ugh. Well, it is a full sheet of plywood in itself. Okay, it looks really good, but no matter how hard I try, and I tried really hard to keep everything even and level, we do have a little bit of unevenness, especially on the sides over here. So, and a little bit right here. So, I am going to sand it down. Originally, I tried to use my random orbital sander, which was not working. So I pulled out my belt sander for this, which was definitely very helpful in expediting this process. And then I used my random orbital sander and sanded the entire thing down from 80 to 150 to 220 grit. I decided to round over the edges of the bench with my router, but this is totally optional. You could also just run a sander across those edges to soften them a little bit. I sanded down that edge to make it smooth and then wiped off all of the dust. Now this is a little bit of a tricky part because there are these tight spaces where you have to make sure you clear out all of the dust. Now it's time for the most exciting part, which is the final finish, which is going to make all of these layers pop. So I am using boiled linseed oil for this because it absorbs in, it pops the layers, and it also protects the surface. Now, of course, you do have to apply it into all of those tight spots. So that definitely took me a little bit of time, but look at how beautiful these layers look. Of course, can't forget the front, and that, my friends, is the bench. It turned out even better than I had imagined in my head, and such a beautiful piece for under $100. Remember, you can get the detailed plans to build this bench yourself using the link in the description or the QR code right here. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button because I have more tutorials, tips, and projects coming your way soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.